On today's IRS tax refund update, we will take a look at the latest developments this tax season, including the next round of tax refunds scheduled for release. And from there, we will recap some of the ongoing issues impacting tax filers still waiting on their tax refunds this year, and possible timelines in which they may receive theirs, along with some of the top notices reported being sent out by the IRS. Now, starting off with the latest, as the next rounds of tax refunds are scheduled for release on March 4th and 5th, as confirmed by the refund status results and tax transcripts seen here. And if you are part of these latest refund batches and have chosen to receive that refund via direct deposit, you should see that refund post to your bank account by that refund date, and in some cases possibly before, depending on your bank. But do allow 5 additional days after the refund date for it to post to your bank account before initiating a payment trace with the IRS. Meanwhile, those who are receiving paper checks should receive it in the mail within 7 to 10 days of that refund date. Now, many viewers are continuing to report receiving this notice in the mail, which is the verification of non-filing letter. And if you did in fact file a tax return, this does not indicate any issue with your return. All it means is you are receiving this letter because you attempted to access your tax transcript, but when you did so, the IRS had still not processed your tax return, and in most cases, you simply can disregard this notice and your return will be processed. However, this letter is important for those who are applying for financial aid, as this letter must be submitted if there is no tax return currently on file for the appropriate tax year. Many viewers continue to reach out who are impacted by refund delays due to the need to complete ID verification and encountering the message as seen here. Now, if you are impacted by this, you should be receiving a letter in the mail, usually the 5071 CIA notice, which will give you the appropriate information in order to complete ID verification online. And if successful, you will encounter the verification is complete message, as seen here, indicating your refund will be processed and released within 9 weeks. However, the good news is based on viewer feedback, most refunds are processed around the 2 to 3 week range. But there are cases, as we have seen in previous years, where the ID verification letter was not sent or lost in the mail, requiring the tax filer to request a second notice be sent out. So make sure to check your tax transcripts and locate the 971 code, which represents a letter being sent out by the IRS. Recapping some of the top notices that will be sent out by the IRS this tax season, including IRS Letter 2644C, also known as the 30-day notice, which is sent by the IRS to impacted tax filers that the processing of their tax return is taking additional time. And a major reason for this letter being sent out is the IRS still needs to review the tax information provided by the tax filers. Employers specifically wage information so they can match what your employer reported and compare it to your return for accuracy. And it is not uncommon to receive several of these letters while waiting for your return to be processed and refund issued. Another letter is from the CP05 series of notices, which is when the IRS is requesting additional documentation from you, specifically wage documents such as pay stubs or tax forms. Confirming what you entered on your tax return is correct before processing can continue, as well as the CP75 letter, which is sent to those claiming certain tax credits like the Earned Income Tax Credit, asking the tax filer to provide specific documentation as it relates to their dependents, such as a birth certificate and/or proof of residency. Another issue some viewers are reporting is having their tax returns rejected by their tax filing companies, encountering a message similar to the ones seen here now. Often, this is due to a simple reason such as the wrong social security number was entered, or the wrong dependent information was entered, a mismatch of information from a tax form, or you were missing an identity protection PIN which was assigned by the IRS and needed when submitting your tax return, which is often the case for those who previously were subject to tax identity theft in the past. Now, do make sure to go back and verify all information entered into the return, from name to social security number to wage and withholding information and dependent information before attempting to resubmit. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.